Isn't this stuff supposed to be fun?
What do you mean? You're living in the damn Winnebago, you're styling.
Join me as I leave frozen central Canada to the southern US to chase the Bassmaster dream. I'm going to 9 lakes I've never seen before to try to overcome the shock factor that comes with them to earn a spot in the Bassmaster Elite Series. This is an uphill battle for even the most resourced southern anglers, and for someone coming from ice fishing country, it could be seemingly impossible. I'll share the good, the bad, and the ugly as the season ticks on. Thanks for following along.
Now we in Alabama, boy.
It's maintenance day today. Taking off in a couple days. Got a bunch of things to do. Change oil on the Toyota, grease the bearings on the boat, change oil on the motor, all this stuff. I like to do it all myself. And I feel like you'll hear this from like Gerald Swindle too. You know, he says what makes a great bass fisherman. He says a guy that hates framing houses. So I kind of take that approach. You know, I save a few bucks doing it myself and learn a little bit, but a lot of it is just a reminder of work. Might add a little resilience down the road. So sounds dumb, but a lot of fishing is mental. So if I'm rolling around in swamp water on the garage floor, getting hot oil dripped on me, I'm gonna appreciate every damn cast I make on the Bassmaster Opens this year. $50K to empty. I've done better, but always play a little bit of a game to see how much I can push it to get to the border. The gas is close to half the price right now, so I don't want to spend an extra nickel I don't have to on Canadian fuel. Drink up some of that sweet nectar. Clumsy, not all together. Battling a cold here for the last several days. But we're inching away. The boat's a salt lick. It's driving me nuts. I know I gotta go a few more hours to get out of the snow belt before I can wash it, but we're on our way. All right, we made her deep south. Had a good shift to driving last night. Pulled over, slept for just a couple hours. Yeah, was gonna get a hotel, but by the time you check in and all that, I didn't want to burn up a bunch of time. There's fishing to be done today. The quicker I get down there, the sooner I can get fishing a little bit. I just have a little bit of time on the water before official practice starts for Eufala. So I mean, I got all the new fishing rods and reels and everything, and new riggings on the boat, and lots of stuff to dial in a short time. So I'm not going to waste a bunch of time on the road. Haven't really been sleeping the last couple nights, and yeah, you can push it on 2 or 3 hours of sleep a night, but it's going to catch up at some point. So I'm going to do a little bit of fishing today once I get down there. Just have a couple more hours to go, and then get a good rest and make sure I'm not too burnt out for day one of the Derby. But that was good travel. Missed all the winter storms and everything like that. No issues yet, knock on wood, and happy to be down here. When I left Nora, my truck said minus 30 degrees Celsius and is now 21 degrees Celsius. I feel like an idiot. I'm still wearing a toque and like all my warm Sims clothes and everything. I've had the damn AC on, but I'm gonna keep driving until I get there, then I'll get settled in and do a little life maintenance and everything like that. So been a good trip so far, and I'm riled up to catch a bass. This outdoor content has been brought to you in part by Nordic Point Lodge. Located in northwestern Ontario, Nordic Point Lodge offers some of the finest fishing Canada has to offer. Whether you're looking for a family-friendly getaway or a corporate retreat, Nordic Point Lodge has you covered. They offer a luxury outdoor experience with 5-star service. Check out the description below for more information. I came down to Guntersville. I'm gonna fish here for a day, and this is gonna be my warm-up day. And there's a little bit of nostalgia here. This is actually the first place ever I fished in the U.S. Brian Gustafson and I, back in like 2011, he bought a boat down south, and we stopped here and caught a bunch of big bass on the way back. It's like Bass Fishing City. The waterfront gas station's right here, the famed tackle shop. And then Ashley and I came down here a couple of years after. I convinced her into doing a March break down here, and fishing's never like, I don't expect to go catch 20 or 30 bass, but there are big ones here, and mostly just want to dial my electronics up a little bit. You know, as we go, electronics are more and more important, even on these shallow places. And mostly just want to pull the trigger and make sure I remember how to catch a bass. We'll see out there. I'm riled up to get going. I'm well rested and thinking a lot more clear today. First one, baby. God, I love bass fishing. Oh man. Really trying to dial in my forward facing sonar in the grass here. Just a chunk. Love it. All right, second morning on Gville. It's at the hotel here. You know you're in bass fishing city when your hotel's got a boat ramp. It's pretty awesome, and then the same parking spot as the night before. Heading out, I got a couple hours to go warm up a little more on Guntersville. I only caught 4 or 5 bass yesterday. I sucked her up a little bit. I'll just chalk that up to blowing the rust off. It wasn't real easy for me. I know they're biting out here right now, which makes it a little bit tougher to only catch a few bass, but go from ice fishing for 6 months and figure to just wheel up and catch them all. So actually met up with some guys from Fort Francis, Dale LaBelle and Jody and Jeremy Shipet. They're some hardcore tournament anglers from back home. I met them at the waterfront yesterday morning. So they're gonna hop in for a couple hours today. I'm gonna fish for a couple more hours. Then I got about a 4.5 hour ride down to Eufala. Hopefully get one of these big Guntersville giants, or at least get comfy with a couple techniques while I'm here. We'll see you out there. A bunch out there. Yeah, finally. I was watching them forever. That's a good one. For me.
Any fish is a good one down here.
Yeah.
You need net or anything? Oh, that's a nice one.
Good. I could see 6 or 7 of them. I'm like, oh, put it through them 3 times. Put that one on the vidya.
Yeah.
Cool.
What kind of line you got on your rattle trap rod? Can you ever cast that long ways?
Got him? Come get that big mule on camera.
Yeah, that's. I thought you.
Let me grab him for you. Sure. Here. Take your fish.
You said you seen some other ones out there.
Rainy Lake hammer. Go.
Decent one?
Yeah, keeper.
What is a keeper down?
14 inches.
14s when you're fishing these tournaments?
Depends on the lake, but yeah, that's this one. I mean, that one's probably like 16 or 17 inches. 14 inches isn't very big. I kept some 12 inchers at Hartwell. Like, I don't know if you've ever measured a 12 incher at a tournament. 0.7 of a pound they probably weighed.
Didn't even weigh a pound.
Yeah.
Better one?
No. I'll take them all at this point. I just caught as many bass as I caught all day yesterday, probably. 5?
Good.
I'm happy. Bunch up here. That's a good one.
You want some help with that?
Yeah, I got it. I gotta learn how to land these things anyway.
I'll steady your way and you get them.
Now we in Alabama, boy.
And when Dale and Jeremy see it, you caught that one. Well, just wait.
Right. The Rainy Lake ringer, doubling down on the rig. All right, we made her down to Eufala. I don't really know how to say it yet, if it's Eufala or Eufala or what. I sound like an idiot either way down here as far as anyone in the South is concerned. The accent sticks out like a sore thumb. I get lots of funny looks and lots of people not understanding me, but that's the way of the road. It was about a 4.5 hour drive, a little longer than anticipated, but made her down here. It's all good. So glad I went fishing this morning, got up early. Would have been real easy to just say, you know, put it on the road, but got up early, went for a few hours, met up with the boys from Fort and had a good time. Got a couple big ones. Nice to put mitts on those, and I caught a bunch too. Just blew the rust off. Yesterday was a tough day. Only caught a handful of bass, and this morning was good. I mean, probably caught easily over 20. So definitely what you want. There were a few times yesterday, I won't lie, where I'm just looking at myself, you know, after not catching a bass for 3 or 4 hours, and it's just like, what are you doing down here? And all those thoughts start running through, and man, you got to be aware of those, because they can take you over real quick. You hear it all the time that it's a mental game. Well, and that's, you know, more true by the minute, especially now that I'm down here and committed to it. Before, when I was just coming down and doing singles, it was fine, like no big deal. But now it's like, whoa, like we're, you know, full commitment. The stakes are bigger, and you can feel it. You know, I can feel it. So just being aware of that. Looking forward to getting out here now. Things are changing by the minute. It's unseasonably warm, so I'm sure that's going to affect things. You know, when I've been doing research for this place, it looks like the kind of offshore brush piles were, you know, that's where the last 3 major tournaments down here have been won, in February and March. But it's warm, so a lot of those I'm sure will get bypassed. I don't know if fish from the main lake are going to pull up on those. Who knows? Just drove over one spot and it looks like a chocolate milk lake, so the visibility's not what I'm used to. I thought Guntersville was a little bit dirty till I saw that. It's yeah, she looks like a dubby, so we'll see how it goes. I'm just heading to the house now. We're staying on the south end of the lake. I booked this house. The boys, Brad and Rasmussen, are already ahead of me. Stopped and grabbed some groceries. I don't know how people afford to live down here. Man, it used to be you come to the US and stopped and get loaded up on groceries. Big bill there. Crazy how much it's changed down here in the last few years since COVID. You know, it used to be so cheap down here, even with the dollar. The dollar's at around 33 or 34 points right now, so getting hammered on that. But you walk into a grocery store and everything is like the same or more than it would be in Canada, and you're paying another 33 points on it. So definitely, like, you know, obviously I'm flush right now. It's the start of the year. It's easy to the first one, but I'm trying to keep expenses as low as I can and just nickel and dime my way through, because checks are, not only are checks not guaranteed in the opens, but they're unlikely. You know, I got them in the first 2 events that I came down here. You know, last year made it like it looked easy, make a quick 21 or 22 grand, but that's not the case. Like, this is a qualifying series. You know, you can easily fish the whole year and not get a check. So just trying to nickel and dime my way through. You know, that way I don't have to worry about money at a few events in, or I'm not freaking out. So one of those deals. I'm staying with a few guys, cooking our own food, and yeah, looking forward to it. There's some boats out bass fishing right now. This is off limits, so I don't know if I'm allowed to look or what, but just saw old boy flipping some hyacinth gnats. It's grassy out there. It's a grassy pond. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Gonna wheel into the house, unload some stuff. Probably rip a couple cool ones and get ready for the grind week ahead. 4.5 days of practice, followed by 2 to 3 competitive days. Gonna be dark to dark. Don't know how much I'll talk to you. I'll probably roll a little bit of GoPro. Don't know how many I'll hook, or even how many I'll have the opportunity to hook. So we'll see. I'll try to take you around. I'll try to take you along a little bit, but for now, welcome to Eufala, Alabama for stop 1 of the Bassmaster Opens.